I left my heart pitter patter in San Francisco, high on a hill. It calls for me. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. That's just like little cable cars. I don't remember all the words. Climb halfway to the stars. Why am I singing, well, attempting to sing this song, Tony Bennett? Why am I singing that, guys? Because our next event, I'm not kidding you, hold on to your hats, hold on to your seats, life-changing event. It is going to change your practice, grow your practice, help you serve more people. You're going to have me talking to you. You're going to have Dr. Pete Lombardi talking to you. You're going to have Dr. Brad Glowacki talking to you. You're going to have Dr. Matt Hubbard, our featured speaker, talking to you. We may have a guest, Billy DeBoss, there speaking to you. We've got a massive event happening in San Francisco. It's going to be a Friday and Saturday. It's going to blow your mind. And we are literally going to hit hard on philosophy, hard on technique, and real hard on practice management, on how to turn your practice around, how to serve more people, engage with more people, serve more families, teach you how to grow lifetime family wellness practice. It's awesome. I'll tell you, we've got some great new testimonials going on the website this week. Literally, people have been to every other seminar, and all they're telling us is that it literally was the best seminar they have ever been to. I've had clients telling us that the last one we just did in Philadelphia was the best seminar, the best weekend they have ever spent learning to run their practice and grow chiropractic in their practice. So I think you're making a big mistake if you don't come to these events. I think you're making a big mistake in serving people, understanding the philosophy, understanding the principle, and really applying that to day-to-day practice. So I urge you, your staff, everybody you know, you really need to make the time to meet us at San Francisco, make a change. Dr. Matt Hubbard's going to talk to his core groups, his peeps, as he says. We're talking to EPOC, we're talking to the state associations, we're talking to the other philosophy groups, and we're going to do everything we can to try to make this our biggest and best and brightest event in a beautiful area, San Francisco, at a beautiful time of the year. We hope you see you there. That being said, one of the themes this last week was on practice engagement. One of my clients got up and said, before I started working with Dr. Joe Borio and Dr. Pete Lombardi with Chiropassion Consulting, I felt like no one got the principle of chiropractic. Nobody got it. Patients just didn't get it. They just didn't seem smart enough to get it. And he says, and now that I'm in coaching with you 6 months later, everybody seems to be smarter. And what he's finding is that, listen, the average person, when they walk in your office, it's nothing against them. The average person's understanding of what it is you do as a chiropractor is that they lay down, they get cracked, and it takes pressure off a nerve and their body doesn't hurt anymore, and they only need to come when their body hurts. That's the only reason you would even go to a chiropractor, and that's not the only form of care. And maybe if it doesn't happen where you don't get better in a few visits, then that's not helping you. That's really the public's perception of what it is you do. So you're trying to take somebody from that perception and move them to another entirely different perception that, hey, listen, your brain and nervous system run your entire body. It's housed within the vertebrae of the spine, and that it's your job to get them in good alignment so that the body works the way it's supposed to, that all the messages and signals get where they're supposed to, that the body doesn't get sick and diseased and ill with abnormal alignment, that sick is crooked or crooked is sick and diseased, and straight is healthy. I mean, that's what you have to educate them towards, and it never ends. A lot of docs try to get their patient or their practice member to understand chiropractic on the level of a chiropractor, and that's, I'm not saying that you can't constantly dip them in some principle to where 5, 10, 15 years later they're going to really understand the power on, the innate, and the illumination of the body by the guardian. I'm not saying that will never happen, but I'm saying in those 72 hours when they come in, you have to take them from a paradigm of, I'm here only when I hurt, and I only will try this because maybe I'm sick of taking a drug, or somebody said it was good to go if you got migraines or menstrual cramps or whatever. You're trying to take it from that paradigm into a paradigm of the opposite, total wellness, being very proactive towards their health, spending a lot of time and money and effort with them and their family to make sure that the nervous system works like it's supposed to, so that their entire body works. That's where you're trying to take them. So you need to know what to say and what not to say. You need to know strategies. You need to know what to handle on a day 1, on a day 2, on a day 3. You need to know how to handle a group talk. You need to know how to handle handouts. You need to know how to handle sidestep issues and issues at the T-bar or an open adjusting, or if you're running a private room adjusting, that's fine. You need to know how to handle their questioning in a way that not only educates them, but empowers them even further to understand why they need to be there and why their family needs to be there. And now those are the things that we teach at events. Those are the things you learn when you're a client with our program. That being said, I want to talk just about engagement. You know, going back to that testimonial by Dr. Mike this weekend, it was interesting to listen to him talk about how his patients were getting smarter. Take a look at your practice. You know, a great piece of advice that was given to me many years ago that I want to give to you. Number one, you know, it's coming springtime. Walk through the front door of your office with your staff. Walk around the building. Take a look. You know, is it clean? Is there trash? Does that something need to be painted? Are there shutters hanging off? Are your windows clean? Are your screens clean? Does anything need to be, resecured? Handrails and so forth. The doorknob, does it work? Does it look good? Is the brass or whatever you got up there, is it deteriorating? Does the front door look clean? Those are real simple things. Those are those first impression things. If you were to step outside your office, does it look clean and fresh and beautiful? That's the first question. Number two, when you walk into the practice, you're actually walking in now with your staff. Take a look at what you see. What is their perception? What is their perspective from walking in at that front counter? What's the first thing they read? What's the first thing that they see? Does it look clean? Does it look organized? Do you have papers all over the place, shuffled all over the place, and so forth? Those are important things to notice. And then beyond that, what is it that they're going to first see? What is it that's going to be their first impression towards a different paradigm? We have the quote by Thomas Edison: the doctor of the future will prescribe no drugs, but will educate his patients towards body structure, towards nutrition, and so forth. So that's the first thing that you see. It goes right across the main wall. Then we've got 3 42-inch TVs going. So when you walk in, it's got information on pediatrics, on why children need to have care. And then I've got pictures constantly playing and video constantly playing of me adjusting babies and children and families. And I've got posters up showing why children need to be adjusted. I've got a room with a pediatric adjusting table. You want to adjust kids, get a pediatric adjusting table. I got a room where it's really child friendly for kids to climb up on the table, pretend they're adjusting each other, getting up to getting adjusted. That's where I adjust them. Or an exam room that doesn't look ominous. It's got blue clouds painted on the ceiling. It's got really nice pictures on the wall. Very gentle, very warm. Not too feminine, not too male, not too clinical. Something that just feels warm and friendly, earth tone colors. Then I've got 4 adjusting rooms. My tables are in good shape. They're clean. I have got cartoons all over the wall that makes it very friendly for children. And then the checkout desk, everything's clean, everything's organized, everything's functional. My tables aren't all torn up and ripped up. My tables aren't all dirty. My carpet's not all dirty. Some of these offices I go to, sometimes they just need a really good cleaning. That's really important. And then everything you have, one of the bits of advice I'll give everyone is get on your knees. If you want to see children, get on your knees and walk around your office on your knees and get a perspective of what a child sees. Is the baseboard clean? Is the carpet clean? Is it safe? Literally walk along the walls of the office. Do you have cartoons? Do you have things that's engaging for children? Because a child wants to feel warm and friendly and inviting in your practice. And if they don't, then they're not going to want to go there. They're not going to bug mom, hey, I want to go see Dr. Joe. I want to go see Dr. Joe. Instead, they're going to do just the opposite. So it's going to be really important for you to create an environment that's engaging. So all of a sudden, people start asking you about, hey, what about bringing my child in? Rather than you constantly asking, hey, bring your kids in, bring your kids in. I know it seems silly and subtle, but I'm telling you, it is dramatic. We're doing a new videos now where we're taking pictures of our seniors. So we call them Borio seniors. You got to be 80 years old, and then we videotape me adjusting you as a senior. And we're doing, oh my God, we've got like 100 videos all right now. We're going to do a video that plays in the office. I'm going to play it on YouTube. I'm going to play it at my events. Just an idea. You can put their name. You can put a little bit of their history. Dr. Pete and his wife Sandy did a beautiful one with showing the children they adjust, and then putting a testimonial and writing up, shaking a picture of their x-ray and writing up a little bit of the story. And that plays in their office. I mean, there's so many great things to do. It's endless, but you have to create an office of engagement. A couple more things. Do you have a health handout? Our health handout is the room number. Share with, please take one and share with take home, share with friends and family and coworkers. And then on the back of it, it's got the room number so they know what adjusting room to go to. And then on the back of it, it's got all bits of information on why it's great to be under chiropractic care. It's just great stuff. So that creates engagement. That allows you to stay on point. So if somebody's pulling you off point, you can talk about it. Have a greeting. Hey, Bob, it's Happy Healthy Monday. Let's get you adjusted today. Bob, you know what? That adjusted really well. That area goes right to your pancreas. That area goes right to the nerves that allow your body to calm down. That goes to the nerves that allow your body to get excited. That area goes to the nerves of your prostate, your large intestine. Boy, that means that body part's getting more information. It's getting better information and so forth. Bob, you know what? I can actually hear your spine getting healthier. That's the sound of healing. I can hear your nerves actually running better. I mean, those are the fun things that I say. Bob, you know what? I got you scheduled Thursday. I look forward to seeing you then. Bob, I'll see you in 3,000 miles. You know what, Bob? I cannot wait to see you next week. I'm already looking forward to it. I can't wait to get your spine healthier. I can actually see you getting healthier. I mean, just constant engagements with people that create conversation, that make it fun, that make it enjoyable to be a patient, a good experience in your office, a great adjustment in your office, as well as empowerment, educational statements to them. We had Dr. Tom Culleton this last week. I know I'm running out of time here. I got to tell you, he's a functional neurologist. It's the third time he's spoken for us in the last 2 years. And that man is so knowledgeable. He creates such a great level of certainty. You can see how comfortable and confident he is about the adjustment, about the neurology, about the excitement of the nervous system, about sympathetics and parasympathetics. He was talking about the vagus nerve stimulated by the brain and how it affects the intestinal flora, and when patients have a stroke or patients have spinal cord injuries, how they need to be immediately on antacid type medications because the stomach loses its ability to control its acid. I mean, think about people that are subluxated and how it affects their intestinal microflora. Microflora has a direct impact on the immune system, has a direct impact on the functionality and the awareness of the consciousness of the brain. I mean, it's unbelievable. When you literally sit there, it's unbelievable. And I wonder why we as chiropractors aren't thrilled and excited about what we do. We should be excited. Listen, people need drugs and surgery. That's not what you do. You know what you do? You get in there, and within 3 seconds, you can totally change someone's physiology and neurology without any side effect. No one can do that. Like, nobody else can do what we do. I don't understand why we're not screaming and just excited about what we do. Guys, this has been Dr. Joe Borio. I got to tell you, make the effort to take you and your team to San Francisco. I have packed in some of the best speakers that you will ever see in a small group that is going to change your paradigm and change your focus and change your confidence and your certainty and change your practice, change the consciousness of those you serve in a matter of a weekend. And boy, if you love what you hear, we'd love to have you part of our consulting program. Guys, this has been Dr. Joe Borio. Remember, serve. May your innate flow from above down. Have a great week. Look forward to seeing you in San Francisco.
The best advice. He said each day's a gift and not a given right.